Hey, today we're going to talk about Rinseless Wash, and I'm going to show you all the things you need for the Rinseless Wash. The Rinseless Wash is great because you can wash your car one panel at a time, and in neighborhoods like mine where you have really hard water, you're not going to leave water spots on your car because you're going to use the distilled water instead. For me, a lot of times when I do a hose wash and I get halfway through, one kid runs one way on the sidewalk, one of my little kids runs the other way, and I gotta chase after him, and I can't really stop, and I come back and the process is interrupted and there's water spots and it drives me nuts and I wish I hadn't started. This allows me to do things when my time is all broken up like that. So I'm just gonna kind of jump right into what I use when I do this. The first and most important thing probably is these two products right here. This is the Optimum No Rinse Wash and Wax. This is the Costco microfiber towels that I have good experience with. They're $15 or so for 30 of them. So if they get super dirty or you don't want to use your washing machine to clean off the towels after you wash your car, you're still at a total cost less than a full service car wash, and this will last you a while. The other stuff that I use is a spray bottle that you can get at Home Depot or any box store. You can mix a higher concentration of the no rinse wash and wax solution into here with distilled water. It can be like a quick detailer spray, or if you have a particularly dirty panel, you can spray it first with this. Other things on the cart, this is a German soap that I use for all-purpose cleaning. Again, I use a different spray bottle, tiny little bit of this in distilled water, and then wheels, tires, things like that are truly dirty, you can use the different detergent with, and then sometimes I'll follow it up with this. But any kind of brush for the wheels and tires you want. I have this tire goo, Optimum Tire Bond. It's water-based, so when it slings on the panels of the car, it doesn't stick forever. Any of these little tire foam applicators, I think I got this online, but you can get them at AutoZone. They're cheap. And then a glass cleaner. This one I think I've had good experience with. This is Stoner Invisible Glass. It's fine. I like to wear gloves when I wash the car because as I lean on the car to get down low on a panel, I don't want to smudge my oily fingerprints all over it. Also, I don't know, just kind of gives me a different feeling. So this is the drying towel. This is a really important part of the process. You're going to dry the panel as you go. So you're going to pick a panel, wash the panel, then you're going to dry the panel before you even move on. We can talk about that in a minute. For purposes of measuring, I like these little tiny cups. I got them on Amazon. I think they were $10, but they allow you to measure in small increments if you want. This little tiny thing is 1 teaspoon on one side and 5 milliliters on the other. So again, you can get those smaller concentrations. This is my clean bucket with a premixed solution of the Optimum No Rinse Wash and Wax and distilled water. So I use 3 gallons of the distilled water, and then I put in the right amount of this. I think this is 1 ounce to 2 gallons. So 1.5 ounces for 3 gallons of distilled water. And then I take microfiber towels out of the pack, and I'll probably do like 10 of them at a time. I just take them, they're already folded in half, fold them again, and then I set them in the solution. Then they sink. They're sitting in the clean water solution. Once they come out of here, nothing ever goes back into here unless it's brand new out of the package or brand new out of the dryer. That's the way you keep from contaminating your clean water solution. As you go through the car, you're going to take each surface, and each towel is going to give you 8 sides. So you pull it out, it's saturated, you wipe across the panel. At first, you might want to listen. You can actually hear if you have grit between your microfiber towel and the panel. That's not good. That's going to introduce swirls and scratches. After you do a wipe or 2, depending on how soiled the car is, you flip it over, then you open it up. You get the idea. You have 8 total sides per each one of these. When you're done with the microfiber towel, just find a clean bucket, or sometimes I'll just drop them right on the lid when I'm done with them, and then they go in the wash. Or if they're too dirty, or especially if I use them on the wheels and tires, then I consider them done, because wheels and tires aren't dirty with dirt, they're dirty with like metal and shavings, and that, to me, that just doesn't seem like it should go back in the washing machine. that's kind of the kit. Oh, for wheels and tires, I don't use this bucket at all for wheels and tires. I use a different 5-gallon bucket for wheels and tires. I just fill it with some detergent and usually some hose water. This goes in and out, and then when I'm done with whatever car I'm washing, I dump all this down the driveway, and then next time I just start over again. But I never mix this with that. In order to get the shine on the wheels after I'm done with the detergent and get them nice and clean, usually I'll use the higher concentration for the quick detailer of the Optimum No Rinse Wash and Wax, and I'll spray the wheel and then I'll give it a quick wipe with some kind of microfiber towel. I actually have some black ones that I use just for the wheels, or sometimes I'll just find one that got dropped accidentally during the wash process or something that I'm planning to throw out anyway. That way I just give a little more extra shine and protection to the wheel. I think that's pretty much it as far as the kit goes. You don't need all of this stuff. The most important thing is the towels, the bucket, and the Optimum No Rinse Wash and Wax at first. All the rest of it's just for the rest of the car, but you got glass, so you need a glass cleaner. You got tires, so this really makes a difference having shiny tires. And this is $2. This is cheap, and I mean, I've been using this bottle for 6 months, barely used any of it. These two products, not too expensive, and they're gonna last you forever. Any kind of cheap brush will work, but I do recommend, the last thing that is pretty important is whatever drying towel you use should be good. And you should have probably 2 or 3 of them depending on the size of your car. Some people prefer a different drying towel, whatever, just don't use your beach towels, because you don't want to use towels that are cotton based or that might have dirt or debris in them, or that are old or scratchy or rags or anything like that. Go ahead and buy yourself some Dry Me a River towels or something else like this. You'll thank me later. That's pretty much it. Thanks. All right, I'm going to show you how this works on this panel. This is the hood of my wife's Audi. It's covered in water spots right now. It's inside the garage, this is another huge benefit to the no rinse wash and wax method, is that you can do it in your garage. If you live in a condo and you're parked on the street, you can do it on the street. But as you should be able to see, there's a lot of water spots here. It's a pretty dirty panel. Go ahead and take some pre-rinse, give it a little bit of help here, which is something that I recommend doing on the dirtiest panels, is use some of the solution from a spray bottle. That will help loosen the grime, and then you won't end up scratching the panel when you do it. So I've got my bucket, got my towel. Like I said, I like to go slow. I like to listen to make sure I'm not introducing any marring to the panel on the clear coat. Still got plenty of solution inside this towel. So we'll go ahead and do a little bit more. The whole idea here is nice and slow till you get the hang of it. And you can kind of keep your eye out as you go. Look for anything that's, bird droppings or sap or whatever. See, there's some dirt getting on the towel, but like I said, most of this is water spots. So this is not something that I would be able to do outside in the Florida summer without worrying about water spots getting all over the rest of this black car while I wasn't using it. So now this towel is done for me for now, so I'm just going to set it somewhere else. I'm going to grab a hold of my drying towel. I've got it folded the same way. It's the same idea. I'm going to just wipe. I'm listening to see if there's anything happening with the sand. I know that might sound funny, but as you get used to this rinseless method, you don't have as much water and soap for lubricity or whatever the word is. It's not nothing to be careful about whether or not you're marring the paint. Do not want to mar the paint. Okay. Let's go ahead and bring this closer. You should be able to tell on the video that it's a whole lot cleaner than it was on the panel that we did. And then I'll go ahead and remove the camera from the tripod, and we can take a look at our line here. So we've got, this is just drying here. This is just gonna evaporate. We're inside. And remember, the paint on this Audi is 7 years old. It's not perfect. So we're not going for paint correction. We're just trying to clean the panel. There's a good look at it. Is it perfect? No, but it's not a new car. Is it a lot better than the other half of the hood? You tell me. So a couple other notes. For me, easy car washing is frequent car washing. This takes no time at all. Like I said, I got the bucket. Got this little solution of quick detailer that sometimes I use to get the start. And then I've got my trusty towel. That's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.